Okay, so we want to talk a little bit more about order of operations, and especially with the whole idea of the P in PEMDAS, because remember we talked about P in PEMDAS. P means parentheses. It also means brackets, braces, which nobody likes to draw, the square root symbol, the absolute value, as well as the division bar. So this one we're going to go ahead and talk about nested groupings as far as when we see more of these grouping symbols available at the same time. So let's go ahead and look at this idea. Okay. So here we just have an order of operations problem where we just have a parenthesis, and that's okay, right? So remember when we were going ahead and doing order of operations, we want to go ahead and do the parentheses separate from the rest of the problem. So when we're doing parentheses, we also need to look at order of operations from the top to the bottom. So does this parenthesis have an exponent? Indeed it does. So we start off with the 13, and we have an exponent with 3 squared is 9. All right. Then we go ahead and reconsider the 13 minus 9. So you have 13 minus 9. That should give us 4. All right. And then we go ahead and now we'll look at order of operations again. If my parenthesis is to a single digit, I'm good. Do I have any more exponents? No, I took care of all those. So now I'm looking at multiplication or division in order from left to right. I only have one case of multiplication, which is the 3 times 4 here, which is 12, which will be added to the 7, which will give me a grand total of 19. Okay, so we'll want to make sure that we're going ahead and following order of operations to go ahead and make sure we get the right answer. Right. In this next example, we're looking at a set of nested, operations. So here we have a specific set of operations. We have a set of parentheses as well as we have a set of brackets. Now when we have more than one set of grouping symbols, and we want to go from inside to outside. Okay, so we want to look at our innermost order of operations symbols, and we want to go ahead and work to the most outer. So that means that within these I have a set of brackets, and then I have a set of parentheses here. This parentheses are inside the brackets, so we want to go ahead and work with this idea first. So the rest of the problem is just out there. Okay, we don't have anything else going on. What we have to do is work within the parentheses. Okay, so inside the parentheses I have 2 squared, which is 4, and then a minus 5. Continuing this idea through, I still have the 12 minus, and I'm not doing anything different. And I have 4 minus 5, which is negative 1. Okay, so now my innermost parenthesis is down to one number. I never want to drop my parenthesis until I'm absolutely sure that is to the lowest number that it can be. All right. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and deal with anything inside the braces. Okay. Now I notice that the parenthesis here, and there's no symbol in this area, means that that 3 needs to be multiplied by whatever's on the inside. So I still have the 12 and the minus, and I have a set of brackets, and I have 3 times negative 1 due to the fact that my negative 1 is inside the parentheses, and my 3 is being multiplied by it, and I end up with negative 3. Right? Once I get the bracket down to one set, then now I can reconsider, okay, what's going on outside of it? Well, outside of it, I have a minus sign. So in a nutshell, I really have 12 minus a -3 with going ahead and changing the brackets to a set of parentheses. Due to our order of operations and our integer rules, we know this is really 12 plus 3, okay, which is going to give me a total of 15. So with order of operations, you got to be really careful, make sure you're doing everything in the correct order. Okay, let's go ahead and look at something a little more extravagant. So inside here, everything that is here right now is not a concern for us because our order of operations tell us I have to deal with the parentheses first. Okay, so I can ignore everything I circled in blue and totally focus on just the stuff that is in the parentheses. Okay, so the stuff that's in parentheses here is 3 squared minus 2 times 6. And I'm just going to focus on this for the particular moment. Okay, so 3 squared is equal to 9. Because remember, we have to do exponents first, minus 2 times 6. Okay, when we're within a set of parentheses, we got to continue with the order of operations in that set of parentheses. So I did my exponents, that's done. Now I need to look if there's any multiplication or division. In this case, we do have some multiplication. So I have 9 minus, and I have 2 times 6, which is 12. And this is still all in a set of parentheses. I haven't done anything with anything I originally circled in blue right there. I'm still working within the set of parentheses. So the set of parentheses, I have 9 minus 12, okay, which is -3. Right. Once I get my parentheses down to a single digit, then I can go ahead and worry about what was on the outside to begin with. And then again, I want to revisit my order of operations from the top again. Do I have parentheses? Absolutely yes, but it's down to a single digit, so I'm totally okay. Do I have any exponents? Absolutely not. There's no exponents here. Then I want to look, do I have any multiplication or division available? And I do have multiplication right here because there is absolutely no sign right here, and no sign with a number to a set of parentheses always indicates multiplication. So I do have multiplication going on. So my 5 and my plus just stays here, and I have my 7 times my -3, which is -21. It's okay. Just go with what's there, and relax and don't worry about it. Now for my set of integers, I have 5 plus -21. And we know from what we talked about before, this is really 5 minus 21. So it's like you spent $5, or you have $5, you spent $21. You spent more money than you had, so you should be in the negative. Okay, and then we have 21 minus 5. Okay, so we got to do that borrow thing, right? And I have 15. Right, sorry, 16. It's been a long day. Okay? And so my total for this is -16. Now here in this problem, we have a lot more nested parentheses. And what I'm going to tell you is don't get freaked out here. Here we have a set of braces, we have a set of brackets, and then we have a set of parentheses. Now remember, you got to work from the inside to the outside. So let's go ahead and do the simplified version first. My parentheses is nothing more than 2 plus 5. That gives me 7. Okay. And so I have 7 within this set of parentheses, so I can go ahead and rewrite my set of parentheses. So now I'm going to go to my set of brackets, and I have 3 squared plus 7 times 7. Okay. Now my order of operations says I must do exponents first. Okay. So I'm looking at this 3 squared, or 3 times 3, which goes ahead and gives me 9. Plus 7 times 7, which is 49. Okay, so inside my set of brackets, I have 9 plus 49, okay, which is going to go ahead and give me 58. Okay, so now we have taken the parentheses to one number. We have taken the brackets to one number, so let's look at our problem again. So I have 9 minus braces 7. We have reduced everything on the inside to its final form to 58. And set of braces again. Which means I now have to go ahead and work with inside the braces. And I have to take 58 and multiply it by 7. So I have 56, 7 times 5, 35, 40. Okay, so we have 58 times 7, which is 406. Okay? And putting it back into our problem here, we have 9 minus our braces, 406. Which means we're just going ahead and we have opposite signs. We're treating it like integers, so we have 406 minus 9. We have to do that whole borrow and carry thing. So here I have 3 here, I have 9 here because we borrowed a 10 and 16 here. Okay. So we have 16 minus 9. It's going to give us 7. And then we have a 9 and a 3 here. Okay. But remember that our number 406 is larger than 9, so our final answer is negative 397. Right? Another example here, we got it going on. We have 2 more. So I want to go ahead and look at this. So first of all, do I have any parentheses? I do not. Okay. Do I have any exponents? I absolutely do. It's right here. So right now I have 12 minus 12 divided by 6 times 3 plus 2 squared, which is 4. Okay, so my exponents are done. Do I have multiplication or division? Absolutely. I have multiplication here, division here, and remember we got to go in order from left to right. Right? So my 12 and my minus stays. 12 divided by 6, which is my division because it came first, is 2. And then multiplied by 3 plus 4. Okay. Continuing on, I have a 2 times 3 here. So I have 12 minus 2 times 3, which is 6 plus 4. And now I have to do addition and subtraction in order from left to right, which means I need to take care of this part first. So 12 minus 6 is 6. and I have a plus 4, and so my final answer here is 10. Okay, let's look at the next example here. Now remember, this one is where we have the division bar as our grouping symbol. This allows us to go ahead and work the top separate from the bottom piece. So I'm going to start off with the numerator, and I'm going to look at 7 squared plus 5 times 2 squared. Now this top portion, is there a set of parentheses or grouping symbols? No. Okay. Do I have exponents? Absolutely. I got to go ahead and take care of those. So 7 squared is 49 plus 5, and 2 squared is 4. So far, so good. Do I have multiplication or division? Absolutely. I have a set of multiplication right here. Right. So I have 49 plus 5 times 4, which is 20, which is going to give me a total of 69. This is my numerator of my new fraction. And for right now, I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone. Looking at the denominator now, I could do the exact same thing. So the denominator says I have 3 plus 2 times 10. Order of operations, do I have parentheses? No. Do I have exponents? No. Do I have multiplication or division? I actually have a set of multiplication here. So I have 3 plus and 2 times 10, which is equal to 20. No more multiplication or division, so like of addition and subtraction. And I have 3 plus 20, which is 23. All right. Now, our original problem said that when I worked everything together, this is my numerator. And when I worked everything together, this is my denominator. So my numerator is 69. I have 23. That's really sloppy, sorry. I have 23 as my denominator. And 69 divided by 23 is equal to 3. And when you're doing order of operations, especially when you're having fractions and our fraction grouping symbol, we most often want to go ahead and have a whole number answer for us. So that is the topic for today. Make sure you go ahead and work on the problems, and I'll see you in the next video.